special feeling on your home ground.
Yeah, that was amazing. The atmosphere was incredible. Every time I got on strike there in the 90s, they were all cheering, which obviously I've never had that before, and I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Obviously, I was pretty nervous about getting to the 100, but I was just enjoying that moment. That's one I'll remember.
You spoke in Cardiff about sort of flicking the switch after the timeout. Was there a moment tonight, I think, after Sam Billings was out, you pretty much went after everything?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I got hit on the toe, and it's pretty painful. So after that, I just decided I'm going to whack it here, because I didn't really fancy running. But then after that, yeah, I was seeing it cleanly, and I was pretty in control of my mind and stuff like that. So I was just able to keep it in control. Yeah.
Is that as good as you felt in a T20 innings?
Definitely, yeah. That's my high score. I got 92 before that, but it's my first 100. One I've wanted. One of my goals for the last 3 seasons has been get 100. So that's nice to finally tick one off, and to get it in a win and a great occasion like that I'm proud of that.
It looked like you weren't particularly hard against their spinners. Was that just because of the toe and you weren't moving as well as you would like to?
I don't think so. There's one small side, so it's always hard to defend from one end. So I thought when the spinners come on, we really take these guys on here. They might have to come back to a seamer, and then both sides of the ground are open, and that's just the way it went. And then obviously when you're in that zone, it doesn't matter who's bowling.
You've obviously switched formats this week. How have you sort of found that? I guess played a pretty attacking style as a team in Canterbury anyway. So yeah,
obviously my strike rate is pretty similar, I guess, to today. So that's something that I really enjoyed that week, like the environment and getting everyone to play freely and positively, something I really enjoyed. And then coming back tonight, obviously I missed the game, so I was really excited to come back. It's a great occasion every time you play in the 100, like I said about the atmosphere earlier. So I was buzzing for tonight, really.
And obviously, as you sort of hint at there, it's a big innings, big occasion, and I assume cup down the line, leagues to play in this winter, all that sort of thing. You feel like you've given yourself a good chance to do whatever comes your way.
Yeah, I'm doing the right things in the moment. I think there's so much competition around, and everyone knows that. So it's not one innings and 2 innings in a row now, and that's it. You've got to, every time you've got to go out there with that mindset of I'm under pressure. Well, not under pressure, but I've got to score runs to put my name in that hat, and that's something I'll keep trying to do.
It kind of looked difficult for the Southern Braves to get a goal from their James Vince wasn't quite as fluent as we know him to be, and only when he got down to low order with Tim Davis and stuff managed to start hitting. How did you find the pitch playing, and what did Billings say at the Indian ball?
Well, it swung obviously a lot when we bowled, and for them a little bit. Garton swung a lot on his first 5 balls, and there was a little bit of nip there, but I think the lights played a big factor. There was no spin for them really. It kind of just skidded on. Some of their guys hit the bat quite hard, and which I assume in our innings didn't really happen. So that obviously makes a big difference. And then, when you're scrapping around and stuff, it's always hard to get going. So luckily, I managed to get a few boundaries away early, which is huge for your confidence, and then I went from there.
You hit one into the road over there. Have you ever hit a ball cleaner than that before?
I think those ones always look nice because you pick them up and you use the speed. I was happy with that one. Yeah.
Will Sneed obviously got the first 100 in the 100 last week. You've just then gone better and now got the accolade of the highest score ever in the 100. Is that a nice accolade to have?
Yeah, it's kind of those ones that you don't think about, but I think everyone wanted to be that guy to get that first 100. So obviously Smeedy did that, and that was amazing innings. I guess it doesn't really mean anything to have the highest score. It's just nice to get 100 and win.
You were talking a little bit about the crowd earlier. Did you realise, like when you were in the 90s, the crowd were kind of willing you to get over the line? Did you get a sense of that in the middle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even on 92 and stuff, when I couldn't even get there in one ball, they were still cheering me on. And then when I got to 94, they were all screaming. I thought to myself, I've got to get there with a 6, firstly for the game and for the crowd. I've got to do that. So I don't even know what I was on, 96 maybe, and that leggy tossed it up there. I just had to go for it.
Great performance today. You've given consistent performances in Blast, in the county. You were the leading scorer for Surrey in T20 Blast, and then second leading in the county championship. What's the reason behind the success?
I think I'm just really hungry at the moment. Obviously, like everyone else, I really want to play for England, and that's driving me. There's a lot of players who are in that spot, guys who are playing well, and it's hard to get into, and that's driving. It's really good competition, and it's good for English white ball cricket. That's basically what's driving me.
Do you feel close now after the Lions stuff as well?
It's nice to be around that stuff, and it was good to be around the environment with the coaches, but you just got to see what happens. I just got to do what I can control.
Just a quick word on Jason Roy, because obviously you're talking about England places and it getting particularly difficult to break into that team. Obviously, Jason's not in a great run of form at the moment. Do you see that as a potential way in for you?
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? Tonight, everyone's going to say he's got another duck, but that was a fantastic ball, I'm not going to lie. It swung back beautifully at the top of middle. He's an unbelievable player, and obviously I've stood at the other end of him for the last 5 years. I know just as well as everyone else what he can do. He's one of my good mates, and I love batting with him. Everyone hopes he can find form, and because when he's on form, no one can bowl to him, and I really want to see him do that again.
A pretty big win for you as a team as well, given the context of the tournament.
What's that, sorry?
A big win for you as a team in the context.
Yeah, of course.
Of the
I think that's 3 wins out of 4. 2 teams have won 3 in a row, obviously. So we had to win tonight, be up there, and it looks like we've got to keep winning. If some teams are going to win all their games and some teams are going to lose, that spreads the gap. So we know we've got to keep winning.
As an opener in the 100, do you think that compared to a T20 innings, when you approach an innings in the 100, do you concern about a strike rate more?
Not really, especially in a chase. You're obviously just worried about the score. I think the biggest change that everyone's found is because of especially obviously Jason faces first, so I bat number 2. In those first 10 balls, I might only find myself facing 1 or 2 balls. That's the thing that I found a little bit challenging. So you just have to really tell yourself, it doesn't matter how many balls I face, because you get to the end of the power play and I could have only faced 7 or 8 out of 25 balls, which is unusual in a T20, but that's just the flow of the game. And I think everyone's getting the hang of it. You see the scores have been higher this year already, I think.